Welcome to When the Dust Settles, a new show that follows the feelings of presentation over the course of a week. To kick things off, we start with the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. Let's dive into it. This was possibly the best Direct I've ever seen. I am very hyped for the Switch 2 and Mario Kart, Donkey Kong, Madden, Star Wars Outlaws, and Metroid Prime, just to count a few. Best Direct I've ever seen. So, it's been a few days before we rewatched the Direct. Right after the Direct, Nintendo announced pricing for Switch 2 and games, and while the console itself was only slightly more than what I expected, the game pricing hurt a bit more due to the inconsistency of it. To pour salt into the wound, it was announced that pre-orders have been postponed, which in my mind makes me more concerned about the console price. With that in mind, let's get started with our rewatch. To start, we have our new Nintendo Direct animation leading into Mario Kart. We give an extended teaser here. This game looks amazing visually and gameplay-wise. Music sounds exciting and just looks awesome, with the title being Mario Kart World. After that, we meet the presenters of the Direct, the designers of Nintendo Switch 2, introducing us to an extended overview of Mario Kart World. With Friero Mario Kart World, makes me think of it as the system's Pilotwings S game. Mario Kart World releases the same day as the Switch 2 launch, which is June 5th, 2025. Next, the announcers introduced the new features of Switch 2, including Game Chat, a new Discord voice chat type experience for Switch 2. I think it's pretty interesting, nothing groundbreaking but cool. In addition, they also announced a camera add-on for video chat in addition to the audio chat. They also announced that for a year you can try the feature out for free even without Nintendo Switch Online. They announced a separate different feature, the return of Game Share from the DS family of systems, allowing multiplayer with a single copy. Pretty cool. After that, they have an overview of the Switch 2 system itself. With a pretty slick overview of the system, it was surreal to hear Nintendo talk about frames per second. They then reveal an Astro Bot S game that goes over the new features of Switch 2, only to reveal it's not a pack-in title. Missed opportunity. Next, they go over Nintendo Switch 2 Edition versions, enhancements of games released on the original Nintendo Switch system, including a DLC edition to Mario Party Jamboree that uses the new camera add-on. Welcome back, Kinect. Another new announcement is a new story DLC for Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Metroid Prime 4 is getting an enhanced version with mouse mode and higher frame rates and upgraded visuals. Pretty cool. Same for Pokemon Legend ZA. They then announced another new game that uses the mouse controls, drag and drop, a wheelchair basketball game. I am hopeful it finds an audience, even thought the visuals are not the best, in my opinion. Next, we get a couple of third-party games in succession, starting with Elden Ring, Hades 2 coming to Switch 2, looking pretty good. Street Fighter 6 will be there at launch. Looking forward to giving it a go. Demon X Machina, Titanic Scion, which I didn't play the first one. It doesn't look like my cup of tea, but glad the fans of the first one get a sequel. Next, Split Fiction, a co-op adventure game, is coming to Switch 2. It looks absolutely amazing. Next, in one of my favorite announcements, in addition to EA Sports FC, Madden is coming to the Switch 2. I wanted it since the original Switch was announced, so I'm glad to finally see my dream realized. In addition, Hogwarts Legacy is getting a Switch 2 version. I never was fully interested in this, but a cool announcement, I guess. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 Plus 4 also coming, looking pretty fun. Next, two amazing announcements. The recent Hitman Collection is coming natively to Switch 2, plus Project 007 is coming to Switch 2 as well, a very big announcement, and I believe to be indicative of future support. After that, I got faked out due to hearing about the rumors about a Final Fantasy IX remake, but found out that the original Bravely Default game from the 3DS is getting a Switch HD remaster. I haven't played it before, so looking forward to this. Another awesome announcement, Yakuza 0. Director's Cut coming exclusive to Switch 2. Nintendo then announced a new Hyrule Warriors game following Zelda's story in Tears of the Kingdom, which I haven't played the other ones, but maybe this will make me interested. Nintendo Switch Online gets a new system, with GameCube being added. which is awesome because Wind Waker will finally be playable. Soul Calibur 2, F-Zero GX. Amazing announcements. We get some more third-party announcements, starting with Deltarune being available fully at Switch 2 launch. Borderlands 4 coming to Switch 2. Civilization 7 is getting mouse mode and updated visuals. Pretty cool. WWE 2K and NBA 2K coming to Switch 2 as well. Next, the US stream broke with this game, Haha Game That. I still don't fully know what it is. Called Survival Kids. Enter the Gungeon 2, the sequel to the original hit, coming to Switch 2. A new game from the developers of Astroneer. A sequel of sorts called Star Seeker, Astroneer Expeditions. In another major announcement, Cyberpunk 2077 is getting a Switch 2 port coming at launch. Another major announcement, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Intergrade is coming to Switch 2. After those awesome announcements, we get a sizzle reel with some more notable games, including Hollow Knight, Silksong, 2 Point Museum, Wild Hearts S, and my most anticipated game, Star Wars Outlaws coming to Switch 2. We then finish up with the final third-party game, a new game from Hidetaka Miyazaki, a spiritual successor of sorts to Bloodborne, exclusive to Switch 2, but also revealed to be a player versus enemy game, which has had some tempered expectations as a result, but a big get for Switch 2 nonetheless. We wrap up with another new game announcement from Nintendo, Kirby's Air Ride 2. Amazing it has returned. Excited to see it in HD, directed once again by Masahiro Sakurai. We then get our final game announcement, the amazing looking Donkey Kong. Bonanza! This game looks absolutely stunning, art-wise, animation-wise, gameplay-wise. The music is epic. This looks like a Game of the Year contender. And with that, the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct ends. Overall, even after 3 days, I still consider that to be the best Nintendo Direct ever. Even with my excitement lessened slightly due to knowing the announcements now and recent developments with the launch, it still has many games I look forward to, and the Switch 2 looks like one of the best consoles ever developed in my opinion, even if I am not able to buy at launch. So, 1 week in from the video, and my reactions are about the same, if not slightly lessened due to the news. We're still awaiting a pre-order date here in the US, and now Canada's pre-orders have been delayed too. Sorry, Canada. Overall, I do feel like this was one of the best directs of all time. I will say there were a lot less first-party games, but I do feel the DLC from Mario Party and Kirby helps bridge it a little bit, and we'll probably get a summer direct, so we should see more there too. Third-party wise, I'm still stunned by how much support they've gotten, and feel like future directs will be just as amazing if this is how much we're getting just from this reveal direct. Overall, I rate this direct the best direct ever, and also worst info dump ever.